The United States Military Academy trains cadets to become commissioned officers in the United States Army, as well as attaining a 4-year college degree. In this video, I'm going to be going over the command structure between the class years and the cadet ranks and how they function as a Corps of Cadets. I will also go over where insignia placement is on their uniform to be able to distinguish between the cadet ranks. The first introduction that cadets have to the academy is Cadet Basic Training. This is their first summer at West Point where they start learning the trade of the military. Let's talk about the command structure for this specific training. Each new cadet is assigned a platoon within the larger organization. This platoon has 4 squads, each with about 7 to 9 new cadets, a squad leader, a platoon sergeant, and a platoon leader. Let's go into depth on each of these roles. So as the new cadets, they are the squad members of this platoon. They essentially carry out the tasks that are delegated to them by their leadership. They do not have any rank insignia at this point, and they are still considered new cadets, not accepted into the Corps of Cadets at this moment. The next rank in the platoon are the squad leaders. These are all rising cows, or 3rd years at West Point, and they are each responsible for their squad of new cadets. They are the direct leadership line for the new cadets that are in their squad. The next role is the platoon sergeant. This role is also delegated to a cow, and they are the NCO responsible for the platoon that they are in charge of. Their squad leaders support them in instructing of the platoon, and ultimately the platoon sergeant is overseeing each of the squads. The last main rank I want to go over for the platoons is the platoon leader. This is going to be a firstie, or 4th year at West Point, and they're going to be in command of the entire platoon. They are going to be doing more of the background work rather than the direct ordering of the platoon. However, they are still a very seen role from the new cadets. Putting 4 of these platoons together gets you the company. The companies have a similar command structure to each platoon, with an NCO that oversees and an officer that commands. These 2 roles are the company first sergeant and the company commander. Along with these roles, there are background roles such as the company executive officer that perform logistics functions for the company, and these are also going to be cows and firsties. Above the company, there are regimental positions, again made up of cows and firsties, that perform a lot of the overseeing of the logistics of Cadet Basic Training, not much of the direct leadership. Upon Cadet Basic Training completion, new cadets are accepted into the Corps of Cadets and are now formally referred to as Plebes. Let's go through the command structure of all 4 years at the Academy. Year 1, as mentioned previously, are the Plebes. These cadets do not hold any leadership role and are members of squad in their academic year platoons. These platoons have the same structure as they did in Cadet Basic Training. However, intermixed in each of the squads are more than just plebes. These plebes will perform functions such as calling minutes and performing plebe duties that earn them the right to advance to the next rank upon completion of their next military training. Plebes wear a blank insignia to distinguish their rank. Once a cadet completes cadet field training, they are then promoted to the rank of Yuck. A Yuck is also known as a Yearling. These are 2nd year cadets at the Academy and are formally designated as team leaders. A team leader is in charge of 1 plebe and is directly responsible for the success of that plebe. Yucks are distinguished with 1 stripe. What this means is on their uniforms or their epaulets, they will have 1 stripe according to the uniform insignia that designates them as a Yuck. They wear an orange lapel pin and a subdued brown lapel pin to distinguish their rank as well, on their headgear and on their collar. The sole position available to Yucks is the team leader position, but as we move on to the next ranks, there's a much wider variety of positions that cadets are involved in. After Yucks come the cows, also known as 2nd class cadets. Their positions are split between 2 types, the command positions and the non-command positions. The command positions are going to be what you saw in Cadet Basic Training, the squad leaders, the platoon sergeants, and the first sergeants. And then the non-command positions are logistics positions, such as color sergeant, honor NCO, and other NCO roles. Their rank is signified with 2 bars or stripes depending on the uniform insignia, and I'll go over those at the end of the video. Lastly, Firsties follow a similar structure to cows with command and non-command positions. The command positions being platoon leaders, executive officers, and command officers. Cows and Firsties are not limited to specifically company roles. West Point structures their Corps of Cadets in a brigade. And a brigade contains 4 regiments, each of which contain 3 battalions of 3 companies each. So these battalion, regiment, and brigade positions have similar commanding officer, executive officer type positions that perform the same roles as company ranks would, but at either the battalion, regiment, or brigade level. This culminates with the first captain, the Corps of Cadets captain, who is the commanding officer of the entire brigade. So now I'm going to go over the insignia placement on the cadet uniforms, depending on the cadet rank. Starting with the full dress, cadets wear their rank insignia on the sleeve of the uniform and their stripes to denote class year on the lower sleeve. Plebes have 0 stripes, Yaks have 1, cows have 2, and Firsties have 3. The cadet rank depends on their rank within the Corps of Cadets, not just their class year. The next uniform is the dress gray. Again, like the full dress, cadets wear their rank insignia on the sleeve and stripes to denote their class year on the lower part of the sleeve. When cadets wear the India whites, they denote their rank on the shoulder epaulets. They wear a label rank pin, which we went over earlier, to denote their class rank, and a medal insignia to denote their cadet rank. This insignia will act similar to the previous insignia, with plebes having none, Yaks having 1, cows having 2, and Firsties having 3 stripes to the medal rank. However, cows and Firsties may have additional roles that require additional stripes to that medal insignia. The white over gray is very similar to the India whites, in which cadets denote their rank on the shoulder boards. They wear the label pin to denote their class year, and then stripes based on their class rank. On the Army combat uniform, cadets wear a rank insignia of stripes in the center chest of the uniform, as well as a subdued rank pin to denote their class year on the cover of the uniform. The last uniform I'm going to go over is the As for Class, in which cadets wear their rank insignia on the collar or garrison cap. They wear the same label pin that you saw in the previous uniforms and medal rank insignia to denote their cadet rank. This video is meant to be an overview of the command structure and positions that cadets hold. If you want to learn more about the specific uniforms and the specific rank insignia, check out the videos in the description below. Thank you for watching, and let me know if there are any videos you want to see in the comments below.